Welcome. Please be seated. Good morning, everyone. It's fantastic to see such a happy, excited group of people. My name is Michael Reddy, and I have the privilege of serving as Dean of the UCSF School of Dentistry. Thank you. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration of the School of Dentistry and the University of California, San Francisco, and the University of California system, I welcome the family and friends of our graduates. Thank you for coming and supporting your loved ones, and a special welcome to those who are viewing on the live stream. Thank you for joining us here in our city's historic and beautiful Palace of Fine Arts Theater. The Palace of Fine Arts is truly a recognizable San Francisco landmark. Did you know that it is the only structure that remains from the 1915 Panama Pacific International Expedition, which was a massive 600-acre celebration covering 2.5 miles along the water here that celebrated the completion of the Panama Canal. Thank you to Dr. Jack Gromley, our Grand Marshal, who led the procession. Before I acknowledge all the faculty and UCSF leaders who are here with us on stage, I would like to acknowledge the Ramaytush Ohlone people, who are the traditional custodians of this land. We are proud to continue their tradition of coming together and growing as a community. And now, welcome and congratulations to our graduates. Let's give them a round of applause. For those graduating today, take a moment. Try to clear your mind of all the thoughts racing around, the excitement, and that tiny bit of disbelief that is rising to the surface. Yes, this is really happening. It's easy to get so overwhelmed by big life events and to forget to slow down and take a second and take a moment to breathe. The moment sweeps you up, and in an instant that you've been waiting for and working for years, it's all over before you know it. So let's take a moment to be here and take a breath. Look around. Find a space for this in your memory. You're here in the Palace of Fine Arts Theater in San Francisco, and you made it. Your classmates with whom you have been through so much are gathered here with you. Happy, but the slightly bewildered expressions on their faces is understandable. The journey you've all been through is about to end. Don't forget this. You've done something remarkable, and all of you did it together. You can all be very proud of what you've accomplished and never forget that. Today is the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and developing new talents. I'm extremely proud of your efforts and accomplishments. You are all about to step into a future you imagined when you started this journey. Well done, everyone. The School of Dentistry faculty sitting on this stage and those who are with us on the live stream share my pride in you and our great school. These individuals, through their dedication to educating generations of oral health professionals, have done so much to improve the health of the citizens of our state and nation. They have answered the noble calling to share their talents and knowledge with those who will carry on the ideals of our profession. I ask the faculty to stand so we may acknowledge them. We are fortunate to have you, and thank you for all your efforts. Today, as we congratulate our graduates, we also celebrate the families, friends, partners, and the fan networks of our graduates. These individuals and teams have sacrificed to support our students, and I know they are as proud of our graduates' achievements as we are. We have tremendous gratitude to all of you for making this day a possibility. Thank you. There are several luminaries accompanying me on the stage who will assist in commemorating this occasion. I will ask them to stand while they are introduced. We are very fortunate to include among our distinguished guests on stage Dr. Sam Hawgood, Chancellor of the University of California, San Francisco. Dr. Catherine Lucy, Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost. Dr. Kathy Giacomi, Dean of the School of Pharmacy and Associate Vice Chancellor for Pharmacy Affairs. Dr. Carol Dawson Rose, Dean of the School of Nursing and Associate Vice Chancellor for Nursing Affairs. Dr. David Rubin, our keynote speaker and Executive Vice President of University of California Health. Dr. Ted Wong, retired Army Corps Dental Corps Chief and President of the Dental Alumni Association. Representing the School of Dentistry, I'd like to present Dr. Jack Gormley, Assistant Dean for Learner Success and Belonging, who is serving as our Grand Marshal. Our faculty hooders are Dr. Natalie Hastings, Clinical Professor. A lot of love there, Natalie. Dr. Eva Bender, Associate Clinical Professor. And Dr. Diana Nguyen, Chief of the Division of General Dentistry. I also want to acknowledge the UCSF staff who have worked hard with you in the clinic, in the Learner Success Center, and those who have planned this wonderful celebration for us today. Let's thank them for keeping us moving forward every day. Every graduating class is different. The one thing that remains the same is that it is always our privilege to watch our graduates on their challenging journey of discovery. Of course, there's no single way forward for our graduates. You've come from diverse backgrounds and you'll follow different paths. Some of you will go directly into practice. Most will continue your training and residencies. Some will pursue an academic career and teach. Others will seek scientific discovery. Some will embark upon lives of service to the underserved through community clinics. And some will serve our nation through the United States Armed Forces. I'd like to quickly recognize those of you who are entering the military service. When I call your name, please stand. Please hold your applause until we recognize them together. Joining the U.S. Navy, Dr. Christina Chow, Dr. Rosemary Hensip, Dr. Matthew Nguyen, Dr. Samantha Rustia. Joining the U.S. Army, Dr. Sonia Chestnut, Dr. Samantha Garcia, and Dr. June Lee. All of you have exciting and fulfilling futures ahead of you. Who knows? Maybe you'll end up like Dr. Wong, a Major General and President of the Alumni Association. Please be seated. Graduates, wherever your career takes you, near or far, you'll always be linked to friends, mentors, and peers through UCSF. Those ties will never break. Thank you for being part of the UCSF family. We're all so proud of you. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Dr. David Rubin. Dr. Rubin is the Executive Vice President of University of California Health. Dr. Rubin works with campus leaders across UC's academic health system to advance the goals of improving access to care in low-resource communities, strengthening healthcare workforce, and training and development and improving outcomes for people across the state. Dr. Rubin earned his medical degree at UCSF. He's had a career as a pediatrician. He began 25 years at the Perelman School of Medicine at the University of Pennsylvania and Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. His work has informed the national dialogue on children's health policy and meeting the needs of high-risk groups who are medically underserved. Dr. Rubin was a member of the Pentagon's Military Family Readiness Council and a presidential appointee to the White House Commission to Eliminate Child Abuse and Neglect Fatalities. Dr. Rubin has authored over 120 manuscripts which focus on the quality of healthcare coverage, access to care for children in low-income families, and the delivery of health system interventions that can return value for public health programs. He returned to the University of California in 2023 to assume his role as the Executive Vice President of UC Health. Dr. Rubin is a visionary thinker and a deeply caring individual. He's a bit of a policy and systems wonk, and he's a really cool person. We are very happy that Dr. Rubin has chosen to return to University of California, and we're thrilled to have him join us today here as our commencement speaker. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Dave Rubin.
Good morning. How's everyone doing out there? All right. I'm really honored to be here today to share this occasion with you all. Thanks to also Chancellor Hallgood, Provost Lucy, all right, for all that you do to keep UCSF moving forward. It's an honor to be back, and it's an honor to be giving a commencement address at UCSF, where it all began for me, right? The world looks to UCSF to lead in so many ways, and this university never fails to do just that. UCSF is redefining patient care and developing breakthroughs in research that benefit the health of people across this planet. And I am sure that the School of Dentistry is a shining example of this work. Before getting started, I want to acknowledge that there are many here today who have a great deal of pride in all that you have accomplished. And have made sacrifices as you have to help get you here. Let's give a huge shout out to the cheering section today. Thank you, families, for all that you have done to bring us to this moment. These are your biggest fans, the people who helped get you where you are. I'm sure they picked you up when you've fallen down and given you an inspiration when you really needed it. They believed in you, and here you are. And so we congratulate you all today as I now move into a speech that I have to admit I was a little nervous about. You know, there's a little bit of an imposter complex. I'm a pediatrician, I'm an East Coast guy, right? Coming back after all these years to UCSF, and here I am in front of the entire School of Dentistry. In trying to prepare for this, I was thinking, well, what can I possibly say to these folks? Like, what will resonate in terms of what they might want to know about it? I thought about a little bit, like, what makes me unique to the School of Dentistry? I have this old retainer that I got from my orthodontist back when I was 15 years old, and every time I've gone to the dentists have looked at me and said, that's a really cool old almost like a relic of old orthodontia. And they never remove it because they feel like it's a museum piece, right? But that said, I'm not sure that accomplishes the gravitas of the moment. So I started to look for some warm-up kind of humor for you all, right? And with all the attention to AI, I said, okay, let me ask ChatGPT, what's the best dental joke you can find for me, all right? And so I went through this experiment, and the joke was, why did the king go to the dentist? Why? To get his crown checked. Yeah. You're being pretty kind, because that's a horrible joke, right? That's terrible. And what I learned from this is that despite all the hype of AI, let's just admit it has a long way to go, right? And then I went to Reddit, and I found this really interesting thread of dentists that were discussing their favorite go-tos in the office. And from that did come a bit of useful advice for what you might say if your future patients might tell you while you're filling a cavity or doing a root canal that they just hate dentists, right? And you could, while you're bringing that drill down to the mouth, you can say to them, I hate them too. Just because they went to dental school, they think they're better than me. Mic drop, right? But in all seriousness, it's actually not a stretch to think of why someone like me, someone who's responsible for leading the nation's largest public academic health system, and as someone who has spent a career thinking about the solutions in population health that will have lasting impacts on the communities we serve, might be standing here today to the graduates of this year's UCSF School of Dentistry. In my career, I have seen firsthand the role that dentistry plays in our communities for the families that we in the medical profession all serve. And it is a role that we should not understate. UC alumna and writer Joan Didion once called the University of California, quote, the most coherent expression of the California possibility, end quote. I interpret this as the possibility of greater health, prosperity, and equity, and a brighter future for all Californians. And that is where you, like your colleagues in medicine, nursing, and pharmacy, all converge in the same direction. It's what makes UCSF unique. UCSF is at the vanguard of that sense of possibility, pushing the world forward into new knowledge, research, and teaching that helps us better understand health and prepare next generation health professionals. Our shared work operating in our own domains, but also coordinating closely between us, is an engine that is critical for improving socioeconomic mobility, addressing health inequities, and improving the connectedness of our communities. Every day at UC Health, we're thinking about ways to expand holistic care into underserved areas across the state of California. And I will say that one of my first visits as I came back here in the fall, one of my first visits I took was with Dean Reddy. In my first couple weeks. And I was just delighted to hear that he, like myself, it's typical of a lot of folks at UCSF, share a vision for training healthcare professionals who are committed to practicing in underserved communities. And we discussed how critical the need for oral health services across the state of California and beyond was and is. We actually talked about our UC Prime program, which stands for Programs in Medical Education. And for those of you who aren't familiar, it started in medicine to actually really actively recruit students, starting as early as their high school or college, to actually begin their ascent from their own communities towards our professional degrees here at the University of California, so that they could go back. There's plenty of data that if you are born in an area and you go to medical school, et cetera, that you will return and are likely to return to your home community when you're finished with your training. And we had a great discussion, Dean Reddy and myself, about extending that type of program to dentistry and how we could create this amazing hub and spokes model, particularly out into our rural areas where access is really challenged. The phenomenal education that you have received here at UCSF School of Dentistry will therefore set you apart, right, and stand you in good stead as you go forward from this day. You'll play a special role in your communities, in the state, in the world, as dentists trained at a world-leading university and instilled with an ethic of exactly what we were talking about, which is whole person health. You will have the privilege to serve as a unique nexus in the lives of your patients and your larger communities. The word nexus itself comes from the Latin, which means, quote, that which ties or binds us together. And we're not talking about braces. I couldn't help myself, right? But in your capacity as dentists, you and the colleagues who will join you in your offices are the ties that bind people, whole health, and communities together. I actually thought I was very involved in the pandemic response back on the East Coast and in the Philadelphia region. And I can remember as we worked with our health systems, as we worked with our schools, as we worked with our state government agencies, right? We all felt so isolated back then. And all we could think about from a policy perspective as people got really agitated towards the summer of 2020 was how can we restore some sense of normalcy? And one of the first places we discussed was returning dentists to their office. Because there was a recognition, and we saw that in my own family, that when you return to the dentist's office, you could restore a sense to people that they felt well and they felt normal. And I also recognized that, I was returning to the pediatric office, but the kind of risk that you were taking on how dentists return to the office without even questioning that return. In invoking an interdisciplinary model of healthcare delivery, I also, that similar feeling of that importance of dentistry to wellness is sort of elaborated in the way I worked with dentists across my career. Just here at UCSF, you can actually look at your autism program and the UCSF dentistry program for children with autism and think about the role that your dentistry program plays in normalizing and helping families feel whole, right, and healthy, right, with significant challenges. And then I extend that to my work. Throughout my career, I saw lots of children with significant medical complexity. And we worked very closely with, in this case, Penn School of Dentistry to coordinate service delivery because it was complicated, sometimes involved anesthesia, et cetera. And you think of a child with cerebral palsy and the amount of stress a family places or experiences every day. I can tell you, I referred children to tons of specialists, but there was no other specialty that was identified as more rewarding for those families than when we set them up with oral health services through our dentistry school. And that is the elaboration, I think, of what One Health really means. At UCSF, our values are steeped in our relationships with each other and how we view our work as complementary in a larger lens of health. Healthcare is truly a team sport. And, I am reminded all the time of just how important that our shared work can be. So as we move further along in the talk, I will just give you a second as we catch up on the prompter. I'm riffing a little bit here, right? You two now are going to play important roles in your community no matter what direction you take in your careers, right? You can be proud of how you become prepared and continue that trajectory as you go forward. I encourage you to remain lifelong learners. Feed your minds with your hearts and what inspires you and makes you curious about the art and science of oral health. And finally, as you set forth on your own climb, take note and remember that you yourselves are human too. And this is something I say to a lot of students, and I've said at other graduations as well. You will have lapses in judgment. You will run out of hours in the day. Even with your world-class training, you will make mistakes. And when you do, you need to practice self-compassion. Dr. Paul Kalanithi reflected eloquently in his memoir, When Breath Becomes Air. He wrote, quote, even if you are perfect, the world isn't. The secret is to know that the deck is stacked, that you will lose, that your hands or judgment will slip, and yet still struggle to win for your patients, end quote. Being generous to yourself as you advocate for and support your patients is what makes a career in healthcare sustainable. Don't forsake the small talk that binds you together with your patients. Add that self-compassion, some humor, and yes, self-deprecation, and you will become a more approachable and relatable dentist. You will become a better dentist. Dr. Kalanithi's reminder that, quote, "the deck is stacked," is also an important reminder of the inequities that persist in all aspects of healthcare, from access to outcomes, and our role in shaping a world that seeks to reduce these differences and bind communities. We all have that unique opportunity to fight not only for a better future for our own patients, but for a better healthcare system for all patients from all walks of life. So graduates, as you set forth, UCSF will always be a part of your practice, and staying connected will help you be plugged into resources and support from peers, from research, as new technologies and breakthroughs continue to emerge and improve our understanding of oral health. Keep thriving by staying connected to each other and to your alma mater. And above all, take your place in a community of dentists in the University of California family and in your world and your community. Remember the humanity of your patients and yourself. Keep your values at the heart of your practice, and never stop fighting for your patients and for a world where every person has equal access to oral health that enables them to live their fullest lives. That, in essence, is the UCSF way. Let's hear it for all of you. Congratulations, graduates. Take good care, and fiat lux, let there be light.
Thank you for those inspiring words, Dr. Rubin. You know, I'll remember the joke the next time I see a patient. Next, we're going to hear from our student dentist speaker, Dr. Lisa Haroudarian. All right, oops, try again. As a young Armenian girl growing up in Los Angeles, Lisa learned about the importance of oral health from her grandmother, Emma, a school teacher who always taught her about the immeasurable value of having healthy teeth and gums. Inspired by the lessons of her grandmother, Lisa became a fiercely passionate person about dentistry and pursued her dental education at UCSF with the mission of preventing periodontal disease, restoring oral health and aesthetics and function to those affected by disease. During her time at UCSF, Lisa was awarded an Albert Schweitzer Fellowship, through which she created her own community program where she provided free oral health education workshops and hygiene kits to families of children receiving cancer treatment at the UCSF Benioff Children's Hospitals, stressing the importance of limiting oral health complications during cancer care. Over the next 3 years, she will continue with her mission as she completes a residency program in periodontics and implant surgery at UCLA. Please join me in welcoming Lisa to the stage.
Good morning, friends, family, faculty, and staff. And if I may say, an extra special good morning to the graduating doctors of UCSF School of Dentistry's class of 2024. Today, we gather to celebrate the culmination of 4 years of hard work and remarkable dedication as we officially accomplish our dreams of becoming dentists. However, we'd like to let you in on a little secret. We didn't do any of this alone. When they say it takes a village, it's true. None of this would have been possible without the support of our friends, families, and partners. To our loved ones, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for always believing in us and reminding us that we could do anything we set our minds to. It is the unconditional love and support that you shared with us which molded and empowered us to become the confident and compassionate clinicians we are today. We love you all very much, very, very much, and are eternally grateful for you. To our faculty and staff, I'd like to remind you that many of us, if not all, were separated from our friends, families, and partners for the greater part of 4 years. How incredibly lucky were we to have you all, you extraordinary, brilliant human beings, to fill those voids with such love and compassion. You became our family. You became our friends. And you made UCSF into our home. We emulated your empathy with our patients, became inspired by your fierce dedication to your craft, and grew into what I would argue is the smartest and most talented class of dentists, all because of the lessons we learned from you. As a class, we wholeheartedly thank you and are forever indebted to you. Now on to this talented class of dentists that I speak of. I wanted to personally thank the UCSF Admissions Committee for curating the kindest, most intelligent, and beautifully diverse class. Class of 2024, you are all incredible. The knowledge which you have acquired over the past 4 years at UCSF, coupled with your level of talent and altruism, will change the world. Your brains, hearts, and 2 hands have the power to provide human beings with the greatest, most priceless gift in life, their health. Never forget how lucky you are to be entrusted with that role, and continue to be committed to serving your patients with the highest level of integrity, respect, and excellence. Today, we step out into the world as dentists, and we are bound to face new challenges. But I think we can all agree that if the last 4 years have taught us anything, it's that we could do anything and everything we set our minds to. Yeah. We must embrace these challenges with courage and enthusiasm, knowing that we are all well equipped with the knowledge and skills to overcome and learn from each and every one of them. Doctors, it has been my greatest honor to be your classmate, to have had the privilege of becoming your friend, and to now be able to call myself your proud colleague. I wish you all the best of luck, and I cannot wait to see and celebrate all of your amazing accomplishments as dentists. Class of 2024, I love you, and congratulations.
Lisa, what a wonderful job representing the sentiments of your class. Congratulations and well done. Well, there are over 100 graduates here and an equal number of villages and fan networks who have been waiting patiently for this moment. All of you will continue the fine tradition of healers and scholars who got their start at the University of California, San Francisco. Before we invite the Chancellor to confer the Doctorate of Dental Surgery degrees, I would like to acknowledge our recent recipients of the Ph.D. in Oral and Craniofacial Sciences who will be here with us today receiving their second doctorate. Dr. Sean Ganther, let's stand. Dr. Ida Schaefer, please stand. Okay. All right. Dr. Ganther will be starting his journey at a corporate dental office, followed by a residency in periodontics, and his long-term aspiration is to become a dean of a dental school. And I thought he hung around the office because we have the best snacks. Dr. Schaefer is going into an orthodontic residency at the University of Pacific, and she also plans to pursue an academic career as a clinical scientist. Congratulations. We hope you check in with us from time to time and tell us how you're doing in the next chapter of your careers. Now, it is my honor to introduce the Chancellor of UCSF, Dr. Sam Hawgood. Chancellor Hawgood is an internationally recognized and respected leader in healthcare, medical sciences, and research. He's a great physician and a highly accomplished scientist. He is also an inspiring leader. UCSF is one of the world's best health science universities, and he consistently challenges all of us to push the boundaries of what is possible. He has a bold vision for the future of UCSF, a vision that includes dentistry becoming a more integral part of healthcare. He's a tremendous supporter of our school, and I appreciate his partnership. But what I appreciate most is his warmth, his thoughtfulness, and his integrity. These traits set a tone that influence everyone who works with him and helps people like me to be better leaders. We're lucky to have him at the helm of UCSF. Please join me in welcoming Chancellor Sam Hawgood.
Thank you, Dean Reddy, and good morning, everyone. It's just a great pleasure for me to be here with you this morning as we mark this critical milestone in your academic careers and indeed in your lives. Now, our goal at UCSF has been to prepare you to make a difference in the world. Your training has done more than create competent clinicians. You are now prepared for a lifetime of discovery, curiosity, and compassion. The work you have done here has made you capable of engaging challenges and finding the opportunities inherent in them. Trust the lessons that you've learned here and believe in your abilities. In turn, you leave us your legacy, a school that has been enriched by your time with us. I thank each of you for your passion, your empathy, your hard work, and your scientific rigor. You all reflect the very essence of UCSF. You started down this path in a time of societal and global change. This prepared you for a career that is sure to be characterized by further changes and challenges in the decades to come. Science and healthcare will continue their rapid progress. As oral health leaders, you will help drive these advancements. Your role in helping patients maintain their overall health will only increase in the future. As we continue to progress towards better treatments with newer tools, the challenge for equitable access to healthcare remains. You have not only witnessed these advances, but you have contributed to them as young scientists, young clinicians, and community advocates. Your record here shows that you will be advocates for scientific advancement and for a healthier and more equitable society, no matter what your role in the future becomes. We cannot, certainly I cannot, predict what the next wave of change will look like or what that change will demand of each of us. What we do know is that future is now yours to shape. I look forward with great anticipation to see where you take it. So my warmest congratulations to you all, and now I move on to the task at hand. Will the class of 2024 please rise? The degree you are about to receive is conferred by the Regents of the University of California and accords all of the rights and responsibilities of a dentist. So, by virtue of the authority granted to me by the Regents of the University of California, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Dental Surgery. My congratulations.
You guys Let's be seated. Yeah. So I would like to invite the faculty participating in the Doctor of Dental Surgery hooding to come forward. Dr. Hastings, Dr. Bender, and Dr. Nguyen, who has the toughest job, will be reading the names. I'd also like to invite Chancellor Hawgood, EVCP Lucy, Dean Giacomi, Dean Dawson Rose, Vice President Rubin, and Dr. Wong to join me on stage to congratulate the graduates. Will the recipients of the Doctor of Dental Surgery degree please come forward to be recognized?
Dr. Dotun Adebayi. Dr. Surisha Akaviti. Dr. Azar Ekber. Dr. Shweta Anadasala. Dr. Ghazaleh Arab Karadman. Dr. Donna Baldetti. Dr. Rebecca Bond. Dr. Joseph Boucher. Dr. Anthony Javier Castro. Dr. Misha Rahil Chaudhry. Dr. Timothy Chen. Dr. Sonia Chestnut. Dr. Yewan Chin. Dr. Kenny Kaihang Cho. Dr. Stephanie Cho. Dr. Wan-hee Cho. Dr. Prabha Chaudhry. Dr. Brandon Chung. Dr. Christina Chow. Dr. Huang Dang. Dr. Deepika Dutta. Dr. Allison Darty. Dr. Tina Delis. Dr. Thuan Danny Do. Dr. Sudeep Hiroshi Duda. Dr. Mia Eberlein. Dr. Ursula Eisinger. Dr. Rochelle Forney. Dr. Moyu Lara Fu. Dr. Mario Gad. Dr. Jyoti Gandhi. Do you want your name? Dr. Sean Thomas Ganther. Dr. Esther Gao. Dr. Samantha Garcia. Dr. Andrew Giordano. Dr. Anthony Giron. Dr. Asim Goel. Dr. Janelle Gonzalez. Dr. Sakshi Goyal. Dr. Jack Hahn. Dr. Lisa Haratunian. Dr. Ryan Hatmaker. Dr. Rosemary Hinson. Dr. Julia Winke Ho. Dr. Katie Ho. Dr. Ha Huang. Dr. Sylvia Howard. Dr. Yaoqing Xie. Dr. Selena Manying Huang. Dr. Jaeun Jennifer He. Dr. Mikhail Israelov. Dr. Kavita Jayarathanam. Dr. Jian Zheng. Dr. Fatima Tina Kamara. Dr. Ethan Hiroshi Kato. Dr. Anit Kaur. Dr. Natalie Khalili. Dr. Usman Khan. Dr. Roger Krupetsky. Dr. Jeffrey Lam. Dr. Timothy Lay. Dr. Andrew Lee. Dr. Brian Lee. Dr. June Lee. Dr. Eric Leva. Dr. Kayla Liu. Dr. Kairong Lin. Dr. Mei Liu. Dr. Merrill Matthew. Dr. Lisa Magali. Dr. Samuel Min. Dr. Laura Elizabeth Mota. Dr. Alyssa Jacqueline Moy. Dr. Manasa Narasimhan. Dr. Ava Nazari. Dr. Carolyn Nguyen. Dr. Daniel Nguyen. Dr. Matthew Nguyen. Dr. Nam Nguyen. Dr. Vivian Nguyen. Dr. Kayvon Nikgalb. Dr. Stanley Ikechukwu Onwebu. Dr. Blake Panter. Dr. Tiana Pham. Dr. Jonathan Placencia. Dr. Meghna Prakash. Dr. Samantha Ingrid Rustia. Dr. Brandon Saavedra. Dr. Vijay Shah. Dr. Carol Sandoval. Dr. Praneet Sangha. Dr. Ida Schaefer. Dr. Aurora Sue Sin. Dr. Arvind Thakur. Dr. Brian Tew. Dr. Tiffany Trapp. Dr. Arilda Jolie. Dr. Brian Yang. Dr. Selena Yang. Dr. Morgan Michelle Yi. Dr. Jessica Mina Yi. Dr. Olivia Yu. Dr. Willa Yu. Dr. Jennifer Zhou. Dr. Meredith Zhou. We also want to acknowledge the graduates who couldn't be here with us today. Dr. Zachary Dye, Dr. Adam Hinshaw, Dr. Brian Ho, and Dr. Patricia Yen. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all of you. You've made it. Graduates, as you continue your professional careers, please remember, whatever your goals, pursue them with earnest, with vitality and passion. And always remember the people who helped you. And don't forget your academic home. You are members of a large, proud, and supportive UCSF School of Dentistry family. And as with all families, its strength lies in maintaining connections with each other. Whenever you have the opportunity, come back home to further your learning through continuing education, to share your successes with your former teachers and colleagues, and to serve as role models for those that will follow you. Faculty and graduates, please stand and remain standing for the recessional. Congratulations, we are adjourned.
Thank you.